Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to share a couple things with you. This is in response to the recent social media outrage over Stephon Clark's tweets and being one of the latest media crazes of cases of an unarmed black man getting shot. Unfortunately, for some of you that are angry about his tweets, I'm going to ask you one simple thing. I'm going to ask you to suck it up. There's a bigger picture here, and besides a guy who is still trolling you on the internet from the grave, um, I'm not on. I'm not asking you to support the guy because it's pretty obvious that some of you are not going to do that, and that's okay. I understand. We can be quite sensitive sometimes, and not understand exactly why people, I guess, troll on the internet, because that's all I view it as. That's all I view it as. Yeah. I'm just going to ask y'all, well, at least some of y'all. I'm going to ask some of y'all to shut the fuck up. There's a bigger issue of police brutality and police violence among unarmed black men. I can understand that some of you may be scared or you may be frightened because things like this keep happening to young men such as Stephon Clark. I mean, the video of Alton Sterling that was just released recently was some of the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. And basically all it's saying is that you're just afraid of young black men asking questions. Or holding cell phones. It's a shame how we're acting over this. But what's been wrong with black people lately anyway? You know, every time something black comes out, we always got to find the reason to just, I don't know, shit all over it. A young man's death at the hands of police. Oh, man. Yeah, and black feminists. I never liked black feminists anyway. I've never trusted black feminists. If someone tells me that they're a feminist, I have to wonder, why? Why are you a feminist? It seems like the only purpose that feminists in 2018 serve is to protest every black man who dates out and away from black women. And that was the center of Stephon Clark's tweets anyway. He said some things about not liking black women. Something about the only thing he wants black is his Xbox. He prefers Asian women. I mean, it's a shame. It's stupid knowing that the kind of outcry you're going to get from people. Even if you are trolling on the internet, some people have a tendency to take you seriously. I never believe the person that says don't take people on the internet seriously, because they absolutely do, and they put all kinds of hypocritical evidence all over the place that they care about what people say on the internet. And Stephon Clark is the biggest example that everyone that says do not care about what people say on the internet are a bunch of fucking liars. I mean, I would never spoke on Stephon Clark like that, especially being shot by cops. No, honestly. I'll say this, though. I don't think we would care much if he was shot by other black guys. Oh, that's a whole conversation right there. It's like, and honestly, like, and I always tell people, if I get shot by the police, which I don't expect you to march at all. I'm not asking you to march for me, but just in case you're thinking about it, it's no big deal. Send a card to my mother and father, to my wife. You know, at least tell my daughter when she gets old enough that I was okay. But, you know, the effectiveness of marching, I don't think that there's very much effectiveness in marching, disrupting businesses. I understand that you want to make a statement. We are here. We are tired of this. I always believe that, you know, voting would take care of some of that stuff. You know, if you don't like the candidates, build one up. You know, start investing in people, or like not even investing money, but oh yeah, campaigns do need donations, but invest your time in helping in building up people who you like so they can go and reshape those policies. And you know what? That's what the feminists are doing. That's what the LGBTs are doing. They're learning all those political sciences so they can, so they can become change makers and reshape policy. We need some people that are there for us so that when a Stephon Clark happens, that those people who are supposedly protecting us on our dime are doing their jobs. Thinking of ways to diffuse the situation. Talking down people who may be dangerous, like that black woman cop in Dallas. How come she can do it and some big old buff old dudes can't? They got to go immediately. But, saying that, I'm also keeping Terrence Crutcher in mind. Yeah. I mean, just a shitstorm. A shitstorm of internet fake outrage. And some of y'all really, really need to stop. And like I said, it always goes back to the children. It always goes back to the children. If Stephon Clark were alive, and you asked him, and if you asked him why he felt that way about those tweets, where did it come from? I bet you got an entire story of things that happened in his life. And then, you hear people like, oh, let that be a lesson to black men that hate on black women online. Okay. That's just this whole, like shit that Willie D said, and, a lot of people coming out, oh, why are black men hating black women online? And this is a lot of reason for this outrage or fake outrage from these feminists and, people black. Is that there are a shitstorm of black men that are becoming a bunch of black women haters. Okay. Like I said, I'll debate anyone that brings up a point to me on the internet, man or woman, male or female. If you perceive me as a woman hater for that, then so be it. We don't give black men too many passes on telling y'all the truth anyway, which is, something I have to deal with and live with, living in my own skin that I'm sorry to say I'm not ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of being this, no matter how many times people say I am. Yeah. I don't know, but of course I think black people just got to get out of this group think. My opinion on Stephon Clark, I think he's an internet troll, and something very unfortunate happened to him. Man, and for what it's worth, it's a hot button in our society nowadays, police brutality. Because this police brutality is nothing new. I mean, before Rodney King, I mean, it dates back to the slave patrols, back in the times of slavery. Shoot, those were and as you know, slave patrols were supposedly the dawn of police. Now, think about it though. I do appreciate the good police officers, but I don't know, just young men getting shot. They thought his cell phone was a weapon. When you have reaction training, when you have training where you put dummies up and you're admonished for shooting innocent civilians. When you have other options to subdue a person besides going for the gun. Tamir Rice. John Crawford. Yeah, those guys. Rakia Boyd. Before any of you feminists even say, why is he not saying any women names? Rakia Boyd. Corn Gaines, but I got to research into Corn Gaines a little bit more. I want to research for myself why such a negative outcry from black men about Corin Gaines? I hashtag Corin Gaines before. I never had anything bad to say, but I will say this. You always try to be the most smart around the man with the gun. How many people you know in the history of man has ever whooped a gun's ass? Brother, you had a speeding bullet. Yeah, I'm sure a gun can't do anything, but whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Is there anything else I got to say about this? Yeah, feminism is useless. Yeah, feminism is very useless, especially until 2018. Like, they had Kimberly Foster write an article in the Huffington Post admonishing black men for telling them how to feel about Stephon Clark. Nobody's telling you shit. Why do black women feel like, well, I shouldn't generalize. Why do sensitive, bitter people make all these glaring assumptions? And they're so convinced about how people feel. Or what we're telling them. Like, honestly, I don't remember ever as a black man who owns a small Facebook group. Like, I've never told women how to feel about police brutality. That was something y'all took up on your own. And another thing, I'm really tired of feminists at these protests just taking pictures of just the women, because we know there are guys out there too. And if you cared about being inclusive, if you cared about black men understanding what the plight is for the black woman, as the feminists put it, you would be inclusive of us in those narratives. Yes, we are out there protesting. We're all out there trying to make a difference. We do care. Let me get that straight. We do care. Saying that we don't care just incites discord. It does. Yeah, there are a few dummies out there. There are a few dumbass black men out there who say dumbass shit. And I'm not trying to reassure you that it's not the majority of us. Oh, there are black men that are out there that are not like that. What I'm telling you is, I ain't telling you shit. I'm not telling you to protest and march for Stephon Clark or Philando Castile. Or me, if it happens to me. I'm not telling you a goddamn thing. I don't need to. But you can always exercise the option to shut the fuck up. You can always do that. Think about it. When you open your mouth, does it cause more chaos or does it do any good? I think it's the first. Because guess what? We're tired of the bullshit. And when I say we, I mean black men. We're tired of the bullshit too, and we're tired of all kinds of other bullshit. I know I don't speak for all black men. But I know one thing. In order for us to start building, we got to move all the bullshit out of the way. It's got to go. So you can be as mad with people like me all you want. You can be mad at Stephon Clark for all his trolling. You can be mad at Trayvon Martin for doing this in the camera. But guess what? We're sick of the bullshit. Get used to it. If it's not going to be me, it's going to be someone else. If it's not going to be that someone else, it's going to be someone else. But yeah, in order for us to start building, we got to get this bullshit out of here. And let's start with our mentalities. Let's start the healing. Let's start the building, like everyone says they want to do. Rest in peace, Stephon Clark. I hope you find a brain in the afterlife. But I know you didn't deserve. I know you didn't deserve that shit. So, yeah, brother, there's a bigger picture. Whatever your preferences were as far as women, it is not on me to dick police you at all about that. We know the bigger picture. A lot of us do. Be looking for more brothers like us. Why they gotta draw angels' wings on these guys every time they die? I mean, you can see from the tweets, but that ain't the point. Justice for this young man and make the officers who killed him accountable.